What's up, YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back, and today we will be filming episode 11 of our penny box hunt and fill series. We picked up a box of pennies from one of our local Wells Fargos the other day. I open them at the bank all the time because pennies, a lot of times around here I get full boxes of 2022s. As you can see, we have a lot of dark looking coins on the enders here, and to my surprise, we actually have a wheat ender, which I never have. So maybe this will end up being that mega box of wheat pennies that I've always been looking for. Let's get into it. So really quickly before we get into that roll, this book number 3 is completely full. I've shown it on any number of my previous videos. I do have some coins that could be upgraded in here, but this book's not that interesting because it is full. This middle book is coming along nicely. We've got everything from 63 to 74 done. We're missing just a handful of coins here in the middle years from 51 to 55. And there are quite a number of holes left here between 1941S and 1949S. So really we're heavily looking for wheat pennies from 1955S and earlier. And this first book is just really, really sad. We've only got about 8 coins in here. So really anything we find 1940D and earlier will be a welcome sight. So with that, let's jump in to roll number 1. And for pennies, I do have a document in the description down below that has all of the pennies that you should be looking for listed in there. Of course, we're looking for main things like DDOs and DDRs and any kind of coin error. I found a blank planchet once. That was fun. Every now and then we get penny rolls that are stuffed with dimes. That's always great. And of course, we are looking for copper, which is anything 1982 and earlier. You do have to, with your 1982s, weigh them because a copper penny weighs 3.1 grams and a zinc penny weighs 2.5 grams. So this is my little digital scale. It goes out to the 10th place for pennies, and I have a link in the description down below for the exact scale I use if you need one. Just really quickly, I'll show you. That is a 2022 zinc, and I don't know if I've got a copper in here that's handy. That's probably copper. That's a 92. Well, take my word for it. If I find a copper, I'll show it to you at some point during this hunt. Here, that's an 87. There's a copper. 1969. So we go from 2.5 grams to 3.1. That's how you can tell the difference. Anyway, that said, I know I made a mess of this first roll, but I'll be going through these and bring you guys in for the finds. We're on roll number 3, and it was actually an ender, and I didn't see it because the paper was covering it, but we have a 1957D wheat penny. So first find of the box, I'll take it. We're on roll number 4, and we have our first foreign of the box, and it's a pretty old one. 1962 copper Canadian penny. I think this one's called the small head. I don't know a lot about Canadian currency, but I do enjoy getting it, especially when it's made out of copper or silver. But first foreign on the box. So we are on roll number 12, and just so you guys know, this has been sitting here for the better part of 8 or 9 days. I ended up getting a really bad sinus kind of infection or cold and lost my voice for about 4 or 5 days. So if I sound a little different than I did at the beginning of the video, that's why. I'm still recuperating a little bit, but I actually got to roll number 12 and got this find and left it here until I could speak again. And we have our next wheat penny, which, if I recall, I think we had one foreign, and I haven't really touched this mat in over a week. So we had one other wheat penny that we found, if I recall, and we now have a 1953 in pretty darn good shape. Let's get back to the pennies. We have cracked into roll number 20, and we have our next wheat penny find. It is a 1944. We're on roll 29, and we have our next find. It is a 1945 wheat penny, and it's actually in pretty good shape. It'll look nice next to the 1944 that we've already found. We are all the way to roll 34 before our next wheat penny. This one's kind of an ugly one, came up reverse facing. Let's check it out here together. It is a 1957. I don't remember, did we already have a 57? We did. Well, we had a 57D, so that makes a P and a D on the box. Both are pretty cruddy, but we'll take them. So we've gotten all the way to roll number 50, and roll 50 was our wheat penny ender, so I'm going to go ahead and get this set up. We'll open this roll on camera. It'd be wonderful if we had a few more Wheaties in there, because it's been pretty sad. I did find a couple of duplicates that I didn't bring you guys in for, but so far we're about 6 Wheaties on the box, and a bunch of 2009s, and a lot of copper, and 1 Canadian. But let's go ahead and see what kind of Wheatie we have here. Okay, well, here we go. Getting into this very last roll. Wheaties down here on the other side. Looks like we got a good bit of copper in here, at least a couple 7 or 8 maybe. Let's see this Ender. I can't even read it. It's a 1952D. I don't know if that's focusing or not. Hopefully it is. But it is a 1952D. That leaves us with, I think, 4 50s on the box. Yep, 4 50s on the box. And I'll go ahead and go through these off camera, and if I find anything cool, I'll bring you in. If not, we'll get to the wrap-up and see if we were able to fill in our books at all. Okay, so bringing you guys in for the wrap-up. We didn't have a whole lot of great finds in this box, but let's go through them together. We did end up with that 1962 Canadian copper. I always hang on to all my Canadian copper. We did end up with 3, 6, 7 wheat pennies. We had a 44, a couple of 45s, a 50, I think that was a 52D, a 53, a 57, and a 57D. And then honestly, probably the most 2009s I've ever found in a single box. But we had a bunch of the formative years with Lincoln sitting on the log there, and I didn't check to see how many Denver versus Philly we had. But 6 in a box is a lot. That's more than I usually see. We did get 4 of the Professional Life, and we did get 1 of the Capitol Dome. I have rolls and rolls of these in original bank wrap rolls, so these will all just go back into circulation for someone else to find. We are working on book 1 and book 2 of the Lincoln Cent books, and unfortunately, nothing was an upgrade, and we didn't have any fills. But we are looking for stuff 55 and earlier, but we just already had everything. We had 52D, we had 53, we had our 57 and our 57D. Where is it? We had both of those. Neither one of them were really upgrades, and these aren't that great of coins. That just tells you how bad the ones I found were. And then when we get down here into the 44, we had all those as well, the 44 and 45. We did need that 45D, but we just didn't find it. So with that said, sorry it's been a while since I've gotten a video out. My voice has just been horrible. Oh yeah, I guess I should call this out too. We did find 1 copper large date Lincoln Cent here. You can tell just by the way the 2 is shaped on here, but this is a copper 1982 large cent. I had a lot of copper 1982 Denvers, but this was the only Philly that I found. And I did find 1 1982D large cent in zinc. So I did weigh this one and it only weighed 2.5 grams. It's pretty beat up, but the large dates I do like to pull out just to show you guys, because they don't come across my desk as often as the large date does. So, well, I almost forgot to bring you in for this, but I was cleaning up my pennies and remembered I got to show you all the copper we found in that box. So let's throw it on the scale together here and see how much we got. 2 pounds, 2.5 ounces. I'll go ahead and look up the current price of copper, and I'll throw that up on the screen right over here for you so you can see how much precious metal value we got out of that box of pennies. Now, I do get the question from time to time, what do I do with all these copper pennies? The answer is, right now, they're just going in boxes or I'm rolling them and just putting them aside. For the precious metal value, there is some argument over whether it's legal to melt pennies for their copper weight. I don't want to get into that into this video. I've done a video about that you can see right here if you're interested in my opinion on it. But I have not yet melted any pennies. I'm just hanging on to them for a rainy day. With that, I'm going to wrap the video up here. Like I was saying, sorry it's taken so long to get content out. I've just not been feeling well and really lost my voice for about 4 or 5 days, and it's tough to record videos when
you open your mouth and you get nothing but squeaks. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I picked up a bunch of coins this weekend, $50 and quarters and dimes and nickels and a little bit of everything. So trying to get some more content out over the Thanksgiving week. If you're new to the channel and like coin roll hunts, make sure you click on that subscribe button. Then click on that little bell and select all so you get notified each and every time I release a new video. Like I said, I'm pushing a lot of new content out later this week, so if you want to see those videos, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. With that said, I hope you guys take some time off, spend it with the family, enjoy some turkey, and watch my videos when they come out. You guys take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.